Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Intrust Coaching. I'm Francisco. Just want to say a huge thanks to all of you that have been following, that have subscribed, and even those of you that have reached out sharing how this content has helped you. So, as we continue with building your marriage on a solid ground, today we're going to be talking about how to navigate tension without tearing your marriage apart. I've had the privilege to work with couples who clash frequently and they're passionately, deeply connected. And I've also sat across from couples who haven't raised their voices in years, who are quietly hollow inside. Today, we're going to transform the way you approach disagreement so that both of you walk away stronger, closer, and more aligned, where tension becomes a doorway to deeper intimacy instead of a weapon of destruction. To do so, we need to identify and be honest with the following. Here I'm going to share with you some patterns that I've learned, experienced, and see dismantling marriages constantly. I'll begin with pattern number one, the provoker, the one that starts out saying the following: you left the dishes out again, and maybe later on starts to accelerate. You never contribute around here, and sometimes even go further and just detonates, saying the following: I should have chosen someone who actually showed up. Pattern number two, the disappearing act. Shuts down emotionally, goes completely silent, withdraws from the room and from the relationship, and eventually uses distance as punishment. Pattern number three, the ledger keeper. The one that says the following: well, you said this 3 weeks ago. Or, I'm always the one who reaches out first. Or maybe, let me walk you through every mistake since we've got married. Pattern number four, the identity attacker. The one that says something like this: you are so selfish. You're just like your father, or you're just like your mother, and maybe even goes further. You will never grow. You will never learn. Sounds familiar? Maybe you've heard these phrases before in conversations. Maybe you've been the one expressing yourself this way towards someone else. I'm going to share today with you 5 steps that will help you navigate disagreement. Step number one, set the stage. Schedule the conversation intentionally. No ambushes. Say, for instance, there is something meaningful I'd love to explore together. Can we sit down tonight after dinner? Then, there, you will define the issue with precision, using facts, not accusations. For instance, we exceeded our budget by $3,000 this month. Not the other way around, saying that, or like, you're reckless with the money. Step number two, own it together. Both of you map out your contribution honestly. When each person claims their role, defensiveness evaporates. Follow by naming what hasn't worked. Past attempts you've already tried that created more tension or division. Step number three, unlock solutions. Generate approximately 10 possible paths forward without filtering. Quantity over quality at this stage. Then explore each option together. What feels possible? What feels like a wall? Step number 4, commit to one starting point. Choose one approach to try first. Resist overhauling everything at once. Define crystal clear, specific actions for each person so there's no ambiguity about who is doing what. Step number 5, follow through and acknowledge growth. Schedule a check in, maybe in the next 2 weeks. And when you see the other showing up differently, say it out loud. I see you. Thank you for being intentional. Recognition reinforces change. Now, let's do a reality check. While going through these 5 steps, things might get a bit heated. And if this happens, it's time for you to take a pause. Sometimes the temperature spikes, your chest gets tight, your words are sharp, you're saying things that will leave marks. That's when you need to take a pause. And as you take a pause, the first thing you want to do is read your own signals, beginning with your physical signals, your clenched jaw, your racing heartbeat, maybe tears, rage shut down. Emotionally, maybe you can't think clearly, words becoming cruel, completely disconnected. Another thing that is important to do is call it for yourself, which means that I need to acknowledge that I'm too activated right now to show up the way I want to, that I need maybe 30 minutes to reset. And so I can say the following: can we come back to this later on today? And as you take a pause, you want to regulate yourself. You want to take a walk outdoors, maybe, breathe slowly and deeply, maybe start journaling, writing down what you're feeling deeply. Maybe you want to listen to some music and not go into the mode of mentally rehearsing all the reasons that is telling you or making you feel that you're right in every way. And as you go through this process and you're getting ready to come back to the conversation, you want to come back equipped with your active listening, assertiveness, and readiness. As you pause and go through this process and you're getting ready to come back to the conversation, you want to come back calm. You want to come back with the willingness to listen and not in a defensive mode. As you do this, there is something that we need to put into practice in all disagreement, in all tension, and that is the practice of forgiveness. Now, let's address the hardest and most transformative piece of disagreement. And I've mentioned it before. That is forgiveness. Research shows that most couples who cultivate forgiveness experience higher relationship satisfaction, stronger mental health, and marriages that endures. Now allow me to share some steps you can take towards seeking forgiveness, beginning with the following. Name what you did without deflection. For instance, what we shouldn't be doing is saying the following: I'm sorry you feel that way. Instead, I was wrong to speak to you the way I did. Seek to understand the wound you caused. For instance, I can see how deeply my words landed on you. That matters to me. Also, take full ownership. For instance, this was mine to own. I'm not putting it on anyone else. It's important that we make a credible commitment to change. For instance, I am actively working on managing how I express frustration. Ask the forgiveness directly, like the following: Will you forgive me? Extend forgiveness to yourself. You are human. You stumbled. Learn and move forward. Now, we'll be looking at some steps towards granting forgiveness. Now, honor your own pain. Don't rush past it or minimize it. Your experience is real. Speak your needs clearly going forward. For instance, I need you to speak respectfully to me, even in the middle of a disagreement. Release the desire to retaliate. No keeping of this moment as a weapon for the next decade. Choose to set down resentment. This is a deliberate decision, not an emotion. Speak your forgiveness aloud. I forgive you. Those three words carry extraordinary weight. Commit to rebuilding. Restoration takes time. Start laying the stone today. So I'd love to invite you today to begin with identifying your pattern. Be radically honest with yourself. Are you the provoker? The one who disappears? The ledger keeper? The identity attacker? If you're not sure, ask your husband, ask your wife, ask each other. They know. And if things get warm, make sure you put into practice a pause. The next time the heat rises, walk through all 5 steps I shared with you. Commit to a specific return time. Follow through. Also, choose one ongoing issue in your marriage. Sit down together and move through all 5 steps. Set aside 1 hour. It will be among the most valuable hours you invest in your relationship. Is something unresolved quietly poisoning your connection right now? Use the examples I shared before earlier. Either seek or extend forgiveness. Don't let what's being left undone becomes the weight that defines your future. And here comes the fun part: call to action. Not just say, "This sounds awesome. I might try it." Do it. Make the declaration. Turn to your spouse and say, "I want us to learn how to move through hard moments together better. Will you take this journey with me?" Feel free to share your breakthrough. Drop a comment. What's your default pattern? What's one thing you're committing to change starting today? And as you continue to navigate life, if you need any help, feel free to reach out to me through the link below. Our next content will be around financial alignment in marriage, because arguments about money are almost never really about money. Until next time, navigate with grace, forgive with courage, and build your marriage, your relationship on unshakable ground. Thank you.